Hello everyone again. Now on this training video I'm going to go a bit deeper into affiliate marketing, why I chose it and whatnot, and quite a bit of information, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so first off, what did it do for me in my life? I mean, I had a bad accident. You see, the big scar there. I was in a coma for a week in 2014. I'm temporarily paralysed, my left arm due to nerve damage. Now, mentally, I'm stable. I'm fine. Well, I'm getting, I'm absolutely fine now. But I had a 12-hour operation, and it is coming back. But I needed something that gave me no time restraint, basically, where I could work on my rehabilitation after a 12-hour operation I actually had. So, I do what I want. I work around my own schedule. The world's my oyster. I can do what I want. So, and the final thing was why I started is the amount I am worth in the end is completely up to me. So that made it absolutely perfect. I'm my own boss, and the weight's on my shoulders basically. So I had to make it work. And with the right vehicle, like I spoke in the previous video, it's completely accessible. Okay, so and now I get so much help in my life. Obviously, I wanted to give back to people and help other people out basically in their lives because a lot of people do struggle basically. So I know what it's like to be very bad. I will admit I were really cuckoo at first. I were in a bad way, but I pulled myself out, so I know how I can help other people out now by pulling them out of the abyss that they find themselves in. So I've got the skills and the trainings to show you exactly how to be successful in this online niche. Okay, so what exactly is it? So as an advertiser, can be someone of the company that someone who works for the company who sells a product. So I'm an advertiser basically. A publisher is an individual that basically I'm a publisher. I go promote these other people's products and I earn a commission basically when someone buys into what I've got to sell basically. The consumer is the person who effectively latches onto you as an attraction marketer, and they take action by joining your business. Okay, so the big question is how are you going to promote? That is super important because we do something to get sales and commissions in what I'm talking about. You need something what we call traffic, not cars or stuff. Traffic is people who have a desire to build their own online business with an online strategy basically. So what are the you need to figure out what are the benefits for you to promote this platform and the products inside. What will it do for you in your life? And then obviously you need to look at what different options, how we are going to promote it basically. I'm in the Instagram team, but I chose to use Facebook, obviously, because I like public speaking, I like talking on video and stuff. So I had a bit of a change, but I'm still in the Instagram team, which I will show you in the next training video. So why is it such a big? Why is it growing so quick? I mean, most like offline businesses say you've got to pay for ground rent. You've got so much money that needs to be invested to make a successful business offline, but online it's really cheap. You don't have an inventory or anything, so it's so much better. Um, as an affiliate, you never need to create your own products, which is very good because a lot of people wouldn't know where to start if they had to come up with their own products. So you just go out and promote someone else's basically. And as I said before, I walked in blind when I started, but I found the right team to work with because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. But you can start with zero experience and be successful. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so why would people choose to buy from me rather than the next marketer who comes along? We use something, every successful marketer now uses something called attraction marketing, which is when you're pulling people in to be attracted to what you've got to say and what you've got to offer, basically. So, me and my team, I brand myself over Facebook and social media. I teach my team members to do exactly the same thing, basically. And they join me because they see what I've got to say, basically, has much greater value than the next person who comes along. Okay, so the more value you offer, the better you're going to be and the more money you're going to be worth. The person who offers the most value is the person who wins, basically. So yeah, Facebook and Instagram, like I said, we build We build platforms. We brand ourselves over free social media platforms. It's the in thing. It is. It's free. Like a lot of people with a lot of money could go and pay for it. But what's the point when free strategies are so accessible with the training provided, basically? So what you have to do is on these free platforms, you need to set yourself up perfectly, which is what the training series that I'd give you would do, along with, because when you first start, you go through training steps with seven-figure earners, and they teach you the basics basically. But the real work starts when I give you our training series from my upline. He went over 1 million in team sales in 6 months, which is astonishing. So the proof's there. Like, it's a proven online system. We've got the training to achieve great things, basically. So the best thing you need to do, you need to tell your story, basically. Obviously, you'll choose your social media platform. Instagram's very, very powerful. Obviously, I came over because I like being on video and stuff. And you've got to basically tell a story. Like, I've got a really strong story which people resonate with. Like, people have seen me come back, defeat adversity and start achieving and be successful, basically. Okay, so internet marketing is taking, it's taking internet. It's taking everything by storm. It's so powerful. Obviously, you can know with Expedia, Uber, Amazon, whatever, everything. E-commerce is now the in thing, basically, and it's only going to ever increase in people's lives, basically. Going back to the attraction marketing thing, people never buy a product, do they? They buy an identity, unless you're a massive, like a Gucci or Adidas something. Obviously, they're not going to buy an identity there. But when you're nothing, these are massive, massive companies. They basically buy from you because they like who you are and what you're about and what you can offer, basically. So what you've got to do is attract them, convert them, and then retain them so they'll come back and pay you more, basically, in the future. Okay, so branding. Branding, basically, you need to build a brand around your own personal way of living, like who you are as a person. This is how you build a brand, basically. So it's all about, you need to get the awareness out there. You need people's perception of you to be fantastic, and this is offered. This is all done through value that you provide, basically, and telling your story. Okay, so push attraction marketing efforts. Is there a perfect formula for it? Of course there is. 97% of marketers actually fail because they don't know what they're doing. So I'll speak about this vehicle, but you need the right strategy and training in place to be able to achieve, basically. You also need to find the right person to guide you, which, I've got people's best interests at my heart. It's not about the money for me. I just want people to live a better life. Like I discovered how I could completely change my life, and I did. So it's now my priority to go help other people do the same thing, basically. So finding the right person is real important. You need another thing. You need a very positive marketing system, basically. It will effectively, it's going to attract hot leads, and when I spoke about traffic before, it's going to attract hot prospects in, basically. And then when you've attracted them in, you build a relationship, basically, with these people, and you turn them into friends, because we are in the relationships business. The more friends you make, the more money you make, basically. And obviously, when it comes down to it, duplication is key. So when you pass the training on to your team members and they start duplicating, this is where the big money comes from. Okay, so what are social media benefits? Social media is taking over search engine results, basically like Google and stuff. Social media is the in thing, and it is going to be for a long time. It's taking the world by storm, especially when it comes to attraction marketing, basically. I don't know the percentages, but I think like the average American, I'm English, but the average American, for example, is on a social media platform at least 40 minutes a day. So everyone's always on social media platforms, basically. One of the main things you need to do is gain a loyal, supporting following on your bottom line, because your bottom line is the foundation of how you're going to grow your business. Massive, okay? Okay, so your content strategy. You need to decipher how you're going to promote and what you're going to put out there, basically, because content is key. And that's what the training platform that I've got provides for you, to teach you exactly how to do it. position yourself, brand yourself, be an attractive marketer, basically. One of the main things you need to do in this business is just to stay consistent. You can't post one day and then leave it another 4 days to post, because no one's going to take you seriously. You need to be posting day in, day out. But on, how we teach you, it can be automated, luckily. So you could be working a job still, but it'll be on automation, which is awesome. So you don't have to put a hell of a lot of time into it, basically. In your content strategy, you also need to keep it, keep it vibrant. You need to be doing different stuff daily. Like, you don't just want to be doing the same thing, like like a monotone voice. It's like that. You need to be up and down, different, vibrant, effective ways of being an attraction marketer, basically. Okay, so you need to encourage interaction from your following. To get engagement, basically, because the more engagement you get, the more people are going to come over and be like, he's very interesting, I like the look of him, and they're going to follow you, much more likely to follow you than someone who doesn't have any interaction, basically. One of the ways to do this is, like, on my Facebook, I can hold polls and stuff, and I ask questions, so people start interacting and taking value from what I'm saying, basically. You need to look at who your audience is and what they like most, and that's just through trial and error, basically. Try different things and see what resonates with them the most and what they like and enjoy you talking about. Okay, so what ideas do you want to communicate with your followers, basically? What is it that you need and want to get across to these people? What do you want them to understand about you, and what do you want them to understand about how they can change their life? Like, you need to think about this. You also need to be different than the masses, because 97% of people fail. Firstly, they don't have the right training and guidance, but a lot of them fail because they're no different to the next person who comes along. You've got to not stand out the box, basically. You need to be different, because no one's going to follow you if you're exactly the same to the masses, basically. You need to keep a lookout for how everything's evolving and what they're engaging with. Then you can obviously share the right things with your audience, basically. So, as an attraction marketer, you need to tell your story to establish yourself as a leader, basically. Telling stories is so crucial, because everyone loves stories, don't they? So the better story you can tell, the more money you're going to make, basically. In the meantime, you also need to show people that you've got the right skill sets to be able to guide them to huge success. That's very important, because they're not going to follow someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, basically. It's obviously by telling a story and getting to know someone very well, it's obviously you're going to become very close and create a relationship, which obviously does lead on to sales. Okay, so that is a little picture of the formula, what it is. Development, training, help, career, leadership, mentor, skill, knowledge. All that is teaching, which obviously that is attraction marketing, basically. There's quite a lot to it. Okay, so the internet is a perfect platform for you to and vehicle for you to go out and put your content out there to gain attraction from your following, basically. I mean, once you do it, you can put your content out there to a lot of people. There's billions of people on social media, so you're never going to run short of anyone, any new customer, for example. And obviously, there's me on about your content strategy, and there's obviously so many different ways of how you can tell your story, which is what I will teach you. Okay, so once you do put this content out there, you only need to do it once. You don't need to do the same thing over and over again. It's once it's there. People will go back in a year's time, say they'll go back and look at it and like, wow, that's amazing, basically. So once it's there, you've put the foundation there, and people are going to go back and be attracted to everything that you are saying, basically. And what we do is, as attraction marketing, we teach you how to build a massive following, which will take things to a huge new level, because the bigger following you've got, the more money you're going to make, basically. And this is exactly how we teach you what to do, sorry. So the next video, I'm going to dive a little deeper. I said I was in the Instagram team, so I'm going to show you exactly how attraction marketing works, basically. And I will teach you what it would look like if you were to brand yourself. Okay, so hope you're enjoying my videos, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.